Right now at 5, extreme weather alerts spanning across Colorado.
We're preparing for more heavy snow tonight as more areas grapple with the biggest snowstorm in years.
We didn't expect this much.
Parts of I-70 reopening in the mountains. I'm Denver 7's Christian Lopez with the latest on conditions that will only get worse before they get better.
Trying to figure out, okay, are we going to stay here? Are we going to drive home? What are we going to do?
I'm Rob Harris at DIA, where hundreds of flights have been canceled. I'm hearing how the airport and travelers are managing at the peak of spring break travel.
Came around last night and hammer time. Complete devastation up here today.
More snow than the ski resorts can handle. I'm Russell Haythorne. We'll have more on that in a moment as the snow is shutting down the slopes.
Don't be deceived, those snow totals will continue to pile up tonight.
What you can expect in your neighborhood. Denver 7 News at 5 starts right now.
First tonight, it's not March in Colorado without a monster snowstorm. We've seen multiple feet of snow in some areas, and this isn't letting up anytime soon.
And just into the newsroom, take a look at this. Heavy snow brought down this tree in an apartment parking lot. This is near Wash Park, and more expected. Another round of wet snow is going to slam into the metro. We're very, very glad you're with us here on Denver 7 News at 5. I'm Shannon Ogden.
And I'm Jessica Porter. We have live team coverage for you tonight on this Denver 7 Weather Action Day. We're tracking road conditions, canceled flights, school closures, and just about everything a lot of snow could foul up to.
First, meteorologist Stacy Donaldson is going to kick things off tonight. Hi, Stacy.
Hey there. Yes, the snow continues to fall as we were just talking about, and it's not really going to change much in through the rest of tonight. We have snow from Fort Collins all the way to Trinidad, and here in Denver, we're going to see more waves of snow pushing through, coming in from the east, butting right up against the foothills and the metro area. So this is going to be the case in through the rest of tonight and early tomorrow. As for snowfall totals, we had the highest amounts up toward Blackhawk, 45.5 inches up toward Aston Springs, 36 in Rollinsville, and 36 in Conifer as well. Even Eldora at 30 inches of snowfall. And that's just so far. We're expecting more snow in through the rest of tonight. It will be heavy in spots, and we'll have travel issues until tomorrow morning, at least until 6 a.m. when our winter storm warning expires here for the metro. As for the rest of tonight, snowfall all the way toward midnight and into early tomorrow. Winter storm warnings from Denver up toward Red Feather Lakes and to the south toward Colorado Springs. Winter weather advisory from Fort Collins all the way back toward Lyman. And we're still going to see snow into southern Colorado as well for tonight and into early tomorrow as well. As for our hourly planner tomorrow morning, our temperatures in the low 30s, and we'll have that snowfall kind of tapering off late morning. We'll have some cloudy skies, but a nice clear up after that. But we'll talk more about those extra snowfall totals coming up.
Those extra snowfall totals, how exciting. Well, as far as the roads go here in Denver, they're pretty slushy, pretty wet, but not a whole lot is sticking. That pavement was really warm, obviously, from the weather we saw before today. It is getting a bit slick, and it will get slicker as we head into the evening. This is South Broadway. There you can see traffic moving along very nicely, and I just wanted to zoom in on Denver to start tonight. If we take a look at one of our CDOT cameras, you can see 25. This is right by the 20th Street exit, so cars just flowing along. But the big story still is I-70 and the mountains. It always is in Colorado, especially when you're talking about traffic. If we head on over to our map, there was a closure that started last night. I-70 is now reopened in both directions, but CDOT says there were probably around 100 vehicles that were stranded as a result of that closure. Their biggest issue were semi-trucks that were not chained up. 70 is closed to commercial vehicles through Friday at noon.
Still a lot of traffic going on out there. Well, now to our Denver 7 team out in the field. Denver 7's Rob Harris at DIA tonight as travelers brace for more flight cancellations. And San Pena in Douglas County, we're getting an update about conditions on I-25.
First, though, to Christian Lopez, live in Golden near I-70. And Christian, 70's just been a mess since last night, really.
It really has, and for most of the day, westbound I-70 was completely empty. We are starting to see drivers on the road again, but there still aren't that many drivers on the road right now. You can see the snow is still coming down. That wind is also picking up. While we were here at this park and ride, we did catch up with a snowplow driver who's been out here. He was just getting off a 14-hour shift.
Plowing since 6:30 last night. We've been plowing on this lot. This is a lot of hours in the tractors and the trucks. There's nobody in the parking lot. Normally the parking lot is packed with cars. We didn't expect this much. I wasn't expecting a storm this time of year up here. I was surprised to get the call.
Yeah, snowplow drivers have been working around the clock, and you can see this massive pile of snow that's come just from this park and ride. It is huge. Even though I-70 is back open, CDOT is advising drivers not to go on the roads because it is still going to be pretty dangerous out there through the evening. Live in Golden, I'm Christian Lopez, Denver 7.
You could ski, park, and ride mountain there. Thanks, Christian. Nearly 50 women are safe and back in Denver tonight after the bus they were taking on a ski trip got stranded on I-70 last night. We spoke with a passenger, Betty Davis, who said they were first delayed because there was a car stalled on the highway. And then, when they got going, the snow got so bad, the bus driver couldn't go fast enough to activate the automatic chains. And then they had to stop in Idaho Springs to change drivers. The driver had been behind the wheel too long. And then they only made it 2 more miles and got stuck again. Passengers spent the night and more than 12 hours on that bus stranded.
Oh, I know, they're eager for a hot meal. Well, let's bring in Denver 7's Sam Pena in Castle Pines with a look at road conditions south of Denver.
So the high winds, Sam, they're adding kind of another layer of complication here.
Yeah, absolutely, Shannon. Those high winds are causing quite a few issues out here for the roads. We've been driving all throughout the southern region here for quite some time. We started over in Greenwood Village. Over there, people were having a good time as they were actually sledding with all the snow that came on down. But further south, over in Monument, that's where you really started to see a lot of those issues. Temporarily, CDOT actually briefly considered to shut down the southbound side of I-25 as they headed towards Monument because of the icy conditions out there from this cold wind. Now, we also stopped by over at C470 where we saw the scene of a truck that crashed into an apartment parking lot. It went over the highway and through the fences and the gates to be able to land in there. Eventually, it was pulled out by several tow trucks. However, since then, we have learned that this is a few of just several accidents that have been happening throughout the area. We saw at least 3 separate cars that went into the snowdrifts, and that's putting a number of people in danger. Fortunately, no one was hurt over the situation over on C470. We did talk to a bystander there at the scene who was shoveling snow in that area, and he says that he's fortunate that he wasn't there at the time or he could have been hit.
It's pretty scary because, you know, any of us could have been up here and, you know, it could have probably hit one of us and would have been unsafe for us, and, you know, it could have gone worse than just this.
And we're now here in the Castle Pines area where we're starting to feel that snow come down a little bit faster. That wind is starting to get a little bit colder and these roads a little icier. We're going to make sure to keep you guys updated as we learn more. But for now, road conditions, make sure you are being careful out there.
Get warm, Sam. Thank you. And turning now to Xcel Energy's outage map. 626 outages impacting more than 24,000 customers without power. And we've seen power restored to about 13,000 customers in the last hour. Xcel is asking for users to be patient as they try to get crews to as many outages as possible.
I know they're working hard. All right, let's go to Denver 7's Rob Harris at actually pretty quiet DIA, Rob.
The snow starting late for them today. Some flights made it out this morning, but those cancellations aren't boding well for future travelers. Yeah. Rob?
Yeah, so guys, that's kind of the big story here at DIA today, which is so many of the airlines just preemptively canceled flights ahead of this storm. And the idea was you didn't want to have a bunch of people that had to camp out here at DIA overnight. So it's been successful in that regard. Like you said, it's been super quiet here at DIA today, and we haven't had too many of those people who have to request those cots and those blankets from the airport. It has not been the case for everyone. I did talk to 2 sisters who are actually visiting Denver from London. Now, they're supposed to be back in the UK by now, but instead, they've been in the Great Hall here at DIA all day, just trying to get home together.
Yeah, we found out our flight got cancelled last night, and then woke up this morning and found out they put us on another flight, but they put me and my sister on separate flights, so I'm not happy. That's British Airways for you.
So yeah, it has been a very stressful 24 hours for Kathy Cooper and her sister there. Now, they decided to spend the money on a hotel last night, and actually, I'm hearing from the staff at the Westin Hotel here at DIA that they are completely sold out tonight. So it hasn't been smooth sailing or smooth flying for everyone. However, thankfully, like I said, not too many stranded travelers that I'm seeing in the terminal here tonight. And the crews here at DIA have been working their best to keep up with the de-icing of the runways and the planes, keeping those flights that are still scheduled heading out. And now they're just watching ahead to the extra bands of snow they're going to come through and those temperatures dropping tonight. Shannon, Jessica.
All right, thank you, Rob.
So all the fun will be at the Westin tonight then, right?
There's going to be a party there for
All right,
sure.
Rob, thank you very much. And we're already seeing school cancellations for tomorrow, including Denver and Boulder Valley school districts. A growing list of all the districts announcing closures and delays over on Denver7.com.
Those sleds are going to get a lot of use this week. Well,